don't know, man. It's like being around your brother. Really. You just your brother, your friend, your pals, man. We just spend a lot of time together. In the room, off the field. Going to eat, man. Just knowing family is it's family. So with Tony, man, Tony's such a good-hearted guy. He's kind of quiet. I know he's kind of misunderstood, and it's a little different because everybody's looking from the lens of being sports fans or whatnot. He's just real people. He's just down to earth like everybody else, man. He really is. And so we used to have a lot of fun, man, in our meeting rooms with each other, just on the team and just talking, man, just talking about life, philosophy, all type of things, just messes and everything. But Tony, man, like I said, man, he's a good-hearted guy. I say, man, he has a tremendous heart as far as a person. So he's, very great character person. Work ethic. When you're talking about being a consummate pro and what he would bring out there to the game, and we would lift with each other after our practices. Of course, we catch balls after practice, and so his routine was one that he was always setting himself up for success. And I think part of what great ones do is there's a sense of like what's driving you is not to be successful, right? So one like I can't fail. I'm not trying to fail. I got to improve on everything else I've been doing to become better, become the best. And he was just working on it every single day and everything that he was doing out there on the field. It was in the weight room. His eating habits changed, and so. Playing with Tony, man, was just, it was a joy to watch. It was a real joy to watch, man, because there was things he was just doing out there that I was just like, man, look, like that's some special stuff right there. That's some special stuff.
Well, I remember, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, it was good because we was able to rub off each other, a lot of the things we did, especially, playing the same position, we talk about, route running, blocks, helping out. I mean, because we just, we're talking the same language, being on the same page, everything that we're doing. And we're constantly, ragging against each other all the time. I mean, just jokes being thrown constantly. I mean, it's just nonstop, man, nonstop. So.
Well, I think what's so interesting about Tony, I remember the 2008 season when the Chiefs went 2-14. He made a comment in the media about how he's going to be optimistic no matter what. Even as things got really rough, they got to a third string quarterback. He was still saying a lot of positive things about Tyler Thigpen in the media. And I remember in his first off season with the Falcons, he called Matt Ryan the best quarterback he had ever been with. And look, not that, players generally throw their teammates under the bus, no matter how tough things might get, but was he just always that optimistic kind of guy that maybe you guys could maybe lean on when you needed him the most?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Anytime we needed, maybe a first down or a big catch, I mean, we was going to call 88's number. And we knew just having that, in your pocket at the time you needed it, he's going to come up big. And he was one of those guys that was able to shine in those times, those situations, because we watched him do it out in practice. And like I said, I knew his mindset. Most guys' mindsets out there is like, look, I'm going to win in any situation, So a lot of guys say it, some guys do it. And so he was one of those, not just said it, but he was going to show it and do it. And so he didn't care if you had two guys draped on him. It didn't mind to him, and that was a great thing for Trent to have, because Trent was like, look, if I throw this ball up, well, only he can catch it or throw it somewhere near, 88's going to snag it to go get it. But that's a testament to what his work ethic was out there on the football field, every single day of practice. So on the sideline, he's sitting over there catching, 200, 300 balls a day. Maybe like when the defense is out there and on the scout team, he's still on the sideline catching footballs. He's catching it from different points, right? Different angles. And so he just constantly worked on his craft. And so if it wasn't just me throwing football to him, he had some of the strength coaches throwing footballs to him on the side. But he constantly worked on his craft. So sometimes people see it's like, oh man, it's a great talent. he worked to get to where he was at. He worked to be the best tight end to ever play the game. And so, you know, it wasn't by no measure when you're sitting there thinking like in a game, we're down and we need a first down. We knew we were gonna call out 88. I mean, it was just, and everybody on the team knew. It's like, well, look, we throw it to Tommy. He's gonna make the play. He's gonna make the play. So that's the same thing. Like I said, that's a good place to be when you know you have somebody like Tony. You got somebody like Trent, who Trent was just very particular, like throwing the football too, man. I don't think people realize and appreciate how great a quarterback Trent was. Yeah. And I just want to, you know, give an ode to Trent right now, man, about how great he was. I know you said about Matt Ryan, but Trent was a great quarterback too, in his own right. So I know Tony, you know, saying that as far as, you know, Matt Ryan, and part of that could be, well, look, that's where I'm playing at now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's the best running back I ever played against. What are you going to say, that the guy's terrible? You know, he's a second.
It's kind of like he got lit up for that comment. I guess he was at the Super Bowl in Atlanta a couple of years ago, and he said Atlanta made my career. I mean, the local media was asking him, and I guess Chiefs fans got all worked up, which honestly, I think that's a really silly thing to get all upset about. But yeah, I mean, like, what are you going to say? No, he's the second best quarterback I ever played with. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, and actually, when he said that, we got on him a little bit. Me and Billy. I said, look, man, you can't say that. Yeah, wait a minute, hold on. You cannot say that. And look, I understand he's trying to be, you know, politically correct, right? You try, you know, that's your market now that you're dealing with. You know, and maybe some things there that, you know, he has sentiments that he was expressing on a whole other level, a whole deeper level that people didn't really know too much about, and I might not expound on that right now. I don't know, but I'm just saying that, you know, we got on him, you know, like his brothers do. You call him, but hey, man, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Like, what, man? I'm like, look, man, you just left out a whole swathe of people out here in Kansas City that's watching this, that realize that you was birthed over here, made your career in Kansas City. Like, you can do both, right?
Yeah.
You can still celebrate Atlanta, but still pay homage to, you know, where you cut your teeth at, you know, where you actually made your career. And I think he knows that. He knows that. And I think it's why, you know, he's able to come back and make amends. Sometimes when you say things, you can't come back to you, right? It's like, oh, well, I try to walk it back, but it may be too late. Mm-hmm. You know, so in a moment when somebody's putting a microphone in your face, you know, you just kind of like, well, well, how do you like my cooking? Oh, it was the greatest steak I ever had in my life. Oh, it was absolutely wonderful. Best thing ever, right? So, you know, you go home and your wife was like, what are you talking about? Wait a minute, hold on. I cooked your steaks, you know, these past 20 years. What do you mean? Like, well, I didn't mean that. You know, I was just saying because I had to say. So that's what I look at it for, you know, what Tony was saying. But by no means he was taken away from his time in Kansas City, his respect and his time that he was able to do what he did on the field for those fans, and he knew it. He was a pillar of the community. He loved every moment of it. So yeah, I know what you were saying. Like, you know, don't take it as a slight, but sometimes, you know, everybody gets in their feelings like, oh man, that hurts. And like I said, knowingly, I know he was like, okay, you know, could have just paused a little bit, right? So
I didn't realize that. That's good to know. I didn't realize you guys got him on that. I'm sure a lot of Chiefs fans would like to, because anytime I mention Tony, yeah, there's always like one or two people that's like, I mean, they're like, nope, I don't accept him at all. And Chiefs, it's like, okay, calm down. It wasn't that terrible of a thing he said.